Let's be honest. How many times have you wondered why her? Why did she say yes to him? Why does one guy get chosen while another just gets? He's nice, but... Today I'm breaking it down for you. What makes a woman say yes? Not out of politeness, but because something in her heart lit up. Stick around because some of these might surprise you. Chapter 1. The Chemistry Catalyst. So let's talk about that spark. The one people always mention but never seem to explain. What is it, really? And why do some people feel it instantly while others never do? Let me break it down. That instant connection, yes, the butterflies, isn't random. It's actually a cocktail of dopamine, adrenaline, and emotional alignment firing off in your brain. But more than that, it's a sense of recognition. Not logical but felt. Like, this person gets me. Now let me tell you a quick story. One woman shared that the guy she ended up choosing didn't do anything outrageous. No over-the-top flirting. No fancy car. What made her lean in? He genuinely laughed at her ridiculous dad jokes and shared one right back. It was easy, unforced. She called it childlike joy. And that's the word that sticks. Because when a woman feels that lightness with you, that ease, it triggers something deeper than attraction. It signals emotional safety. That's the foundation of real chemistry. Now here's the key. This spark isn't just about looks or smooth talk. It often shows up in the details. A shared moment of laughter over something silly. Matching energy during a story. Eye contact that doesn't feel like a stare down but like being seen. That's what we notice. That's what hits us first. And trust me, if she can laugh with you in the first 10 minutes, that moment stays with her. So here's your first little challenge. Think back to your first date with someone you liked. Was it the jokes? The eye contact? Something totally random that just clicked? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your stories. Because that spark you felt? That's where it all begins. But remember, chemistry opens the door. Character is what gets you invited in. Chapter 2. Core Qualities That Stick. Alright. Let's go beyond the spark. The first few dates are fun, flirty, full of possibilities. But what makes a woman stay? What keeps her saying yes after the thrill of the new wears off? Here's the truth. What makes her stay isn't flashy, it's felt. And it starts with emotional safety. When a woman talks about falling deeply for someone, she's not just talking about butterflies, she's talking about peace. That moment when she realizes, I can be fully myself around him, and he doesn't flinch. Let me paint a picture. One woman shared how her boyfriend never interrupted her when she vented about work. He didn't jump in with advice. He just listened, nodded, and let her get it all out. She said, I fell in love with how calm he made me feel. That's the word, calm. Not excitement. Not obsession. Calm. Why? Because most women spend a lot of time in emotional overdrive, juggling careers, expectations, family dynamics. When you offer a space where she doesn't need to perform, where she feels seen and held, that's magnetic. Here are the core traits that stick. Respect. Not just for her, but for the waiter, your mom, your ex. She notices how you treat everyone. Consistency. Not good guy on Monday, ghost by Friday. Reliability is sexy. Openness. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's what makes her trust you. Integrity. Do your actions match your words? Because if not, she will clock it. Let me say this louder. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. And real men take accountability, express what they feel without shame, and give space for her feelings without trying to fix them. The next time you're in a deep convo, resist the urge to jump in with a solution. Instead ask, want me to help, or just hear you out? That question alone, game changer. So here's your check-in. Are you giving her a space to exhale, or making her brace for the next unpredictable shift? Women fall in love with peace, with consistency, with clarity, and if you can offer that, trust me, you're already rare. Chapter 3. Resources and Readiness. Okay, deep breath. Because now we're stepping into a topic that really divides opinion. Does stability matter? Does ambition matter? Do resources matter? Short answer, yes. Long answer, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how you carry your life. Let me tell you something many women won't say out loud, but almost all of us feel. We want a man who can build with us, not someone we have to pull uphill. Think about this. A woman might be wildly attracted to someone fun and spontaneous, but when it comes time to choose who she invests her heart in, especially long-term, she's looking at character and capability. That means, do you have direction or are you drifting? Are you responsible for your emotions and your choices? Can she picture a future with you without constant emotional cleanup? Let me tell you about a friend of mine. Super independent. Great career. She met this guy who wasn't rich, but he had plans. Real consistent goals. He was emotionally steady. Reliable. She said, he may not have it all now, but I believe in where he's going. That's what made me fall. Boom. That's it right there. It's about trajectory. It's about your inner compass. Want to be more attractive? Get passionate about something. I don't care if it's carpentry, coding, community projects. Just have direction. And show that you're serious about getting better at it. Another key piece? Emotional maturity. It's not just about financial readiness. It's about emotional readiness too. Are you ready to support someone, not just date someone? Ask yourself. If she had a bad month, could I be her calm? If life threw curveballs, could I adjust or would I run? Women are watching how you respond to life. Because how you handle stress, growth, and uncertainty. That's the preview of life with you. Let me be clear. It's not about being rich. It's about being rooted. Chapter 4. The little things that matter. Alright, let's zoom in. We've talked chemistry. We've talked values. We've talked emotional readiness. Now let's talk about the tiny things. The seemingly insignificant moments that, for her, change everything. Let me ask you this. Have you ever done something small, like texting her a good luck, before a job interview, and gotten a reaction way bigger than you expected? Like she looked at you with this kind of softness, like you just unlocked a secret door? That's not random. Women remember the details. We remember the guy who remembered our cat's name. The guy who brought snacks on a road trip because we mentioned getting motion sick once. The one who said, "Text me when you get home," and actually meant it. Why does it matter? Because the little things show attunement. They say, "I'm paying attention." And that's intimacy in motion. Let me tell you about a message I read that hit me hard. This woman said she fell for her boyfriend because he used to walk on the traffic side of the sidewalk. Every time. Didn't make a big deal out of it. Never pointed it out. He just did it. She said, "It made me feel protected in a way I didn't realize I needed." Now here's what's wild. That kind of attention? Most men can do it. They just don't realize how powerful it is. It's not about grand gestures or big speeches. It's how you respond when she's quiet. It's showing up when no one's watching. It's the random meme at 2 p.m. that says, "Hey, I thought of you." Want to stand out in a sea of guys trying too hard? Don't try harder. Care better. And be consistent. Not just during the chase phase. Not just when things are good. But even when life's messy, boring, or in between. Because if you can stay kind when there's no audience, that's when you become unforgettable. Thought check. What's one little gesture you've made recently? Not to impress, but to connect. If you can't think of one, that's your sign to start. Right now. Chapter 5. Real stories, real choices. Let's get real now. Because you've heard the theories, the traits, the science. But what do actual women say? What really made them choose their boyfriend, husband, or partner? I went deep into Reddit. Purple pill debates. Spaces where women speak honestly, and sometimes brutally, about love, attraction, and commitment. And the answers? They weren't about apps, or wealth, or smooth talk. They were about moments. One woman said, "He made me feel seen in a way I didn't even realize I needed." Another shared, "I didn't have to guess with him. He showed up every time. Emotionally, physically, consistently. That's it. Not he wowed me with gifts. Not he convinced me. It was he made me feel safe. He made me feel like I could be myself. And he kept showing up. Even the playful stuff came up. He made me laugh until I snorted. He remembered the dumbest little detail about me, like the fact I hate cilantro. That's when I knew." So what does this tell us? Women don't fall for perfection. They fall for presence. They fall for clarity. They fall for men who aren't afraid to care out loud. Let that sink in for a second. You don't have to win her. You just have to be the one guy who didn't make her question if she was enough. You know what so many women said? "I chose him because he made me feel like choosing him was choosing myself." Damn, that's power. So here's your mirror moment. Are you trying to impress? Or are you just being a man she can trust to show up? If you're already that guy, keep going. If not, now's the time to start becoming him. Chapter 6. Questions to ask yourself. Let's pause for a second. We've covered a lot. Chemistry, character, consistency, care. But now I want to flip the mic around and ask you, are you the man you'd want your sister or best friend to date? Because self-awareness? That's the real glow-up. So here are 5 questions, simple but real, that every man should ask himself. Am I emotionally safe to be around? Can she tell me her truth without feeling judged, dismissed, or ignored? Do I show up consistently? Not just when it's convenient, but when it matters. Am I building something meaningful with my life? Even if I'm not there yet, am I moving forward? Do I listen to understand, or just to reply? Would she say I hear her? Or just wait for my turn to talk? Would she feel proud to choose me today? Not for potential, but for who I actually am right now? These aren't just love questions. They're life questions. Because here's the thing most people miss. The relationship you're ready for is a reflection of the relationship you've built with yourself. And when you become a man rooted in clarity, care and character, you don't have to chase. She'll choose you, freely, fully, and with both eyes open. Alright, if you're still here, you're not just curious. You care. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one thing from today's episode and practice it. Maybe it's listening without fixing. Maybe it's being more consistent. Maybe it's doing one small thoughtful thing for someone, without expecting credit. Then come back and let us know in the comments. What's one change you made, or realized you need to make, after hearing this? Because these aren't abstract ideas. They're actionable. They're real. And they work. Here's what I want to leave you with. Love isn't magic. It's not luck. It's not a formula. It's the daily decision to show up, with honesty, with care, with clarity. So ask yourself, what kind of partner would you fall in love with? If you met you today, think about that. Thanks for listening. If this sparked something in you, hit that follow, share it with a friend, and remember, become the kind of love you're looking for. I'll see you next time.